So you come from the Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless. Which one did you prefer better, or it's the same?
The Bold and the Beautiful.
Huh?
The Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, really? Bold and Beautiful? Why?
You want to hear an interesting story about the Bold and Beautiful?
Why?
I met the mother of my daughter on the Bold and Beautiful. Get over here right now. And she's actually having a little sleepover, so she's here too. Her mom played Carmen. This is my little girl. Get over here. I'm gonna beat you.
Wow.
It's my
Say something
adorable.
So I like Bold and Beautiful because it was a half-hour show, and Young and the Restless is the #1 show in daytime, and I think with that comes like a lot of pressure, and it's a little less. It's Bold and Beautiful was more like a family. It was a lot of fun. Young and the Restless is very serious. It's like can't explain it, but I had a really good time doing the Young and the Bold and Beautiful.
Okay. Wow. So do you have any behind the scenes stories?
Do I what?
Have any behind the scenes stories?
Ooh, any behind the scenes stories? Yeah, actually I have a lot of them, but I can't tell you because I would probably get fired by Sony. So, I have a lot of them actually. Yeah, but I can't say anything.
Wow. See, as fans, we want to know.
It's really fun. I mean, a lot of people they say you must work really hard, and it's like I always say this. I don't work really hard. I mean, the most I work in a week is probably 3 days a week. But when you have to be on camera, you better be real good and know what you're doing, and you better be on it. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like it's not like it's grueling and I'm there for 14 hours a day.
Okay.
But when I need to be there, I need to bring my A game.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, do you have trouble memorizing the lines? Is there a trick for you to memorize?
I equate that to kind of like being in the gym. Like in the beginning in the gym, you can't lift a lot of weight, whatever. I got better at it. In the beginning, it was very difficult. It's a skill set. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, it was hard for me to learn my lines. But now, that's far and away not the hardest part.
Wow. Because that's what amazes me about any soap opera star. It's like every day you have a whole new set of lines.
Yeah.
I mean, that sets you apart from other actors.
You know what the hardest thing is, truthfully? I mean, a lot of people are like, they kind of bad rap soap operas. And if they understood the fact that we get one take, and basically, if you don't bump into the furniture, it's going on camera. So
wow, just one take? Wow.
Yeah, so when you do a play, for instance, you'll rehearse for like 6 weeks, right?
Yes.
So that's conducive to the best possible result, right?
Yes.
Soap opera, we're like the instant soup of acting. I mean, it's like, you get a new script every day, and you're not rehearsing at all. You get one take. There's no rehearsal. And that's what people see on TV, and sometimes people are like, soap operas, blah blah blah. But if they understood the fact that the actors doing the soaps are, for the most part, really good actors, but they're working under extremely ridiculous circumstances. Do you know what I mean?
So so just based on what you said, I would think that you guys are the hardest working actors in the world.
Yes.
And you have the best skills because
it is hard. It is because at the end of the day, everyone wants to do good work. Like we show up in the morning and we're like, we want to give the best possible product that we can, but unfortunately we are constrained by the medium, which is like it's like say your lines, on to the next scene. Do you know what I mean? It's not like let's rehearse it and really let you really explore who your character is. It's like say your lines, on to the next.
Get it done.
Wow.
Now, Sean, let's talk about your relationship with your fans. There was a storyline where you took Bridget's virginity in Bold and the Beautiful. How did the fans react to that particular storyline?
Well, the fans have a really close relationship with the characters. I mean, when I first started doing the show, the fans knew a lot more about my character and the soap opera than I did. Because they've been watching it forever and ever and ever. I think that the fans were, was a good storyline. They liked it, you know. But they have a special place in their heart for Bridget, and you know, I was kind of a bad guy.
Again.
Do you ever get fans like coming up to you and like, you know, telling you off for being that character?
Yeah, a little bit. I do get that, but you know what, I'm used to it because when I did Karate Kid, I had like all these little kids going, "You beat up Daniel's son," you know.
Wow.
I mean, story of my life, you know.
Wow.
So.
How do you handle it? You just say,
I find that if you punch the first one, like generally they will not. No, I'm kidding. You know, listen. I mean, I'm like, it's not reality. It's
exactly.
So, you know,
they take it for serious. Now, Sean, you had so many leading ladies you acted with. Tell us about some of the experiences you had.
Well, I have been very fortunate to work with some fantastic leading ladies. I've worked with some really fun people. I've worked with Fran Drescher from The Nanny. Who else have I worked with? It's fun. Jeannie Francis, you know, Luke and Laura.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate to work with some really terrific actresses. And you know, the thing I love about my job is like you never know who you're going to wind up with. In other words, I mean, they're always bringing new people on, Young and the Restless, you know what I mean? And, you know, you watch somebody for years and maybe follow their career, and then you see on the list, you're like, oh, wow, I've got a scene with that person today. And it's kind of cool. You never know who's going to be brought into, you know, my world through acting. So I like that.
Okay. Because what about the soap operas, what we're going through now? They're taking it off the air. And we recently had an interview with, what's her name? Cassie from the Young and the Restless. We interviewed her last week, and she was telling us that it's up to the soap fans to be heard to fight for what they want. What would you say to the soap fans as far as
you know? I think soap fans are like the most loyal fans in the world, and like on a personal note, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for the soap fans. They have really sort of championed my character and my career. I just found out yesterday that General Hospital is getting taken off the air. I guess in 2013. I didn't know that. It's sad, you know, but it's simple economics. I mean, you know, as long as the studios can sell the commercial space for the commercials, the shows will continue to be on. It's hard and it's sad because there's a personal face on it. You know, like people are like, oh, my show's getting taken off the air. Well, yeah, but it's also like 250 people that are losing their job. That's how they feed their families. That's how they put their kids through school. And you know, that's why I get really irate when I hear like people. You know, I see people writing on the message boards like, I hate that character, fire him. And it's like, that's how somebody feeds their family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how somebody like lets their little girl have like, you know, an education. So, you know, it's very personal for me. We're fortunate with Young and the Restless because we are the #1 show that we have re-signed with Sony for another couple years.
But you agree with what Cassie said from the Young? Well, she's Carmen Grin she used to play on the Young and the Restless as a little girl. Died in a car accident. She was telling us if we fight, because the biggest fan base is soap fans. If we fight back and really speak out, maybe we could, you know, save ourselves. So can you let the soap fans know that we gotta come together? We gotta fight for what we want.
You know, and they pay attention to that. You know, I mean, it's like you know, the soap fans are very vocal, and you know, there's been like a lot of grassroots movement in trying to keep certain shows on the air. And like I said, I thank God every day for the soap fans because I have a job because of them.
Yes.
Now, if soaps were to go away, Sean, which direction do you think you would go in? Okay, you've written a book.
You know, I always try and stay busy doing other things. You know, I really, I am in the process of, I'm going to be doing a film next year. You know, I don't like to rely on one thing. I mean, I realize, you know, it's a blessing and I'm very fortunate, but it can kind of go at any time. You know, I'm lucky that I'm in a position where if I want to go do a play in New York, I can go do that. I mean, I don't have to act for the money. I do it because I love it. You know what I mean? know. I don't know what I would do. Listen, this is all I know how to do. I went to college and have a degree in political science, which is useless. Okay, unless you're going to be a politician, it's useless. So, I'm really like witty at cocktail parties. But this is all I know how to do. So there's no plan B.
So how can your fan base keep up with you?
Well, you know what? They can follow me on Twitter, which is Sean Kanan at twitter.com. If everybody wants to check out the website for my book, it's SeanKananTheModernGentleman.com. And the book has been a really exciting thing. We just got in Bed Bath & Beyond. We're working on getting in Target. The book has really opened up a lot of interesting doors for me.
Yes, I was reading your book.
I was thinking about it, and I've actually been writing longer than I've been acting. And I'm very proud of the book. I think that a lot of people, they think that, okay, it's just another like cookbook by a soap actor, and it's really way more than that. I mean, the book is kind of like a pop psychology, deals a lot with relationships, things like that. So I would encourage everybody to take a look at it, because I think it's actually, I'm very proud of it, actually.